Hey everybody, this is Pearl Little Baby, and I got another game to cast today. This one's gonna be a TVZ that was played by DAdoughnutz over here. He's one of the members of Pearl. He doesn't have a free name change, so his name is DAdoughnutz and not Pearl DAdoughnutz or something. So if we look at I'm trying to figure out the little control things. So the game's going to be a PVZ, or a TVZ, as I said. And we got DAdoughnutz spawning at the top left-hand position as the blue Terran, and Sandgrin as the red Zerg in the top right position. So the map is Tal'darim Altar, and it's not cross-spawn, so they're closer together, but they're still pretty far away. If you're wondering what he just did there with the extractor, if you're Zerg and you have 10 supply and then build an extractor, you'll go down to 9 supply because you just lost that drone. So when he was at 9 supply, he built a drone, so he was back at 10 supply, and then he canceled the reactor so that he got the drone back, so he was at 11 supply. It's just a little build order thing that you can do. I'm not quite sure if I think it's a little bit better, but it's not that much better. If you don't do it, it's not a big deal. It depends on what build you're going to. If you're going for fast expand or if you're going for a pool. So he's coming over for the fast expansion now. He's 14 pool or 14 hatchery. Sorry, I just woke up and my voice is all weird. He's scouting down here to the bottom right hand position. Not gonna find DAdoughnutz. So DAdoughnutz is doing the same exact thing, but he's scouting at the bottom left. This overload will see. It'll probably be the first thing he'll spot these barracks. The probes might pass each other though, which wouldn't really tell you whether or not they're in the spawn locations. And then they're not gonna actually pass each other because they might have scouted later. They scouted at identical times right now, but maybe even if DAdoughnutz is SCV passed this drone, he could just think, oh well, he scouted later than me, so he is over here. But in fact, he scouted at the same time as him, so he's up here. Now Sandgrin's gonna know that because he sees the barracks there. Take those names down. Okay, so we got DAdoughnutz going for a factory and going for the orbital command. Looks like he's probably going to be doing the 1-1-1 build, maybe going for some Banshees. I've seen people get Vikings with it before, so we'll see. So he's going to lift off that barracks, build a tech lab, and yeah, that'll be a wall-in. It looks like it's a tight wall-in. So no Zerglings will be able to run by. This SCV, or this Marine's probably looking for some overlords. If any Zerglings come to the wall, then he can just come shoot them. There he goes. Yeah, it's a tight wall-in, nothing can get by it. So the SCV is still in the Zerg base. He probably wants to deal with it. He should try dealing with that with his Lings right now. Probably doesn't see it, but he'll be getting his second queen. Both of his queens are coming out, and he should put down those larva injects, and he'll start be able to pump a ton of drones. So okay, he's going 2 factories. He's not going for the 1-1-1 build. I don't know what he's doing here, but we'll see. Probably like Hellions or something, because Hellions are really good against Zerg. They really roast the drones fast. I mean, they roast anybody's workers fast, but especially good against Zerg because the only units they're gonna have to defend for a while are queens, which are relatively slow and have short range, and then Zerglings, which also get destroyed by the Hellions really easily because they're also light. Yeah, so he's going for blue flame, so he's probably gonna sit back, build up about 6 to 8 Hellions, and then once this blue flame finishes, push out across the map, and it'll be really, really strong. Unless he also has a Reaper here. He's just scouting around. Maybe get a couple drone kills. Yeah, he's gonna come over here. Oh, but the queen sees it. Okay, so that Reaper's not gonna have a fun day. Might get a drone kill though before he dies. Yep. So not a complete waste. He got 1 drone kill. 1 second. This sound is really loud. Okay, sorry about that. So he's building up his Hellions now, and he'll probably move out across the map. If all Sandgren has to defend this is a spine crawler and a queen, then he's going to be in big doo-doo. Like, he'll need some roaches or some more spine crawlers or something. Okay, he's got another spine crawler over here. Not the best positioning, but it might help a little bit. He's probably worried about more reapers, but if you only see one reaper attacking you, don't get worried about like some mass reaper strategy that's going to pop up here and try to kill all your drones, because it's probably not going to happen. If you see more than one reaper, then you have more reason to believe that, because one reaper is pretty standard. Like, that reaper's main job wasn't really to kill drones. I mean, killing drones is nice, but he was just scouting around to see if there's a roach warren, if there's a baneling nest, how many gases are mining, if there's like a layer morphine or something, stuff like that, and not really kill drones. I mean, kill drones is obviously good, and he would like to do that, but that wasn't his main purpose. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a wall in here. He's just going to funnel it to help out a little bit, but these Hellions are going to come right by. Oh god, and the drones are fighting. The drones are not having a good day. Another pull up the units lost tab. So he's killed 14 workers. This is just crazy. He's not done yet either. 16 workers, 17 workers. Oh god, this is not good for Sandgren. 19 workers, 22 workers. Oh my goodness, this is just ridiculous. Oh god. Okay, 26 workers. That was really good by DAdoughnutz. And now if you look at the units tab, surprisingly, the Terran's still behind in workers. So what kind of happened there was he roasted a ridiculous amount of drones, but if he hadn't done that, the game would have been over. I mean, if you went back in this replay and looked at the units tab, it would probably was like something like 40 to 21 or 20, something like that, and that means the Terran would have gotten his like butt kicked if he hadn't done some kind of harassment like Banshees or Hellions, or he could have gone for some kind of pressure, like he could have moved some bio up here or something, because the Zerg's army was really lacking. I mean, he doesn't have a single Zergling on the map right now. He's so vulnerable from like a marine attack that it's not even funny. So if he did do that, but I wouldn't really say the Terran's ahead. It's more even now, even though I would say the Zerg is ahead, because he remacroed all those drones no problem. Like, Zerg can build drones faster than any other race, because they can build like all 7 of their larvae when they do the queen injects. This queen should go over and inject into that, but when he queen injects, he can build so many larvae, and like he's investing all of his larvae into drones right now, and he's really vulnerable. Like tanks, he doesn't even have anything to go kill a tank. DAdoughnutz could siege up right here and shoot these spine crawlers and just run in with his Hellions again. And that's probably what he should do, but he obviously doesn't know that. So I would like to see at least something like a Hellion coming out here and taking that tower, because normally Zerg will have he's got another drone kill there. The Zerg would normally have a Zergling there, and if he doesn't have a Zergling in the tower, that should probably tell DAdoughnutz that he doesn't have any Zerglings and that he's really exposed to be killed. If you look at the production, he's now going, Sandgren is now going for Mutalisks, but DAdoughnutz has some game sense and he's getting the Thor, so he should be okay. This Mutalisk might actually be able to get to the base before the Thor comes out, but he is also getting up missile turrets. He probably scouted the, he probably scanned the main and saw the Spire. So the Mutalisks are popping out now, and the +1 attack for ground is also about to finish, but he doesn't even have any Zerglings, so that's not even gonna do anything for now. Like, Sandgren, he's betting that DAdoughnutz won't attack him for a while, because like he's beating him on drones so bad that like even these amazing mules that are completely overpowered can't make up the difference, but they make it close. Terran actually does have more income for minerals for a second there, but I mean, yeah, he doesn't have anywhere close to the same as Vespian for the Vespian gas. Through the production tab again, he just continues to make Thors. It looks like he's gonna go for mech in this game, because he's already has 3 factories, and he's spending all his money pretty well right now. He's pretty low on this stuff. And the Zerg, on the other hand, he's getting up there in the money. You don't want to do that. Like, he should take that money good. He's throwing down an expansion now. He should probably just throw down 2. I mean, why not? He can go, no, maybe not that one, but throw down an expansion here. He's got so many drones that it doesn't really matter. He can send a couple off to each one. He's getting the +1 flyer attack for Zerg, and he's also getting the infestation pit, so he can make infestors, or he can morph a hive. The evolution chamber is upgrading the +1 armor for ground, but he still doesn't have very many links. He finally made some. He made 16 links on the map, so 15 of them are right there. One of those is probably sitting in a watchtower. Yeah, he's right there. So these lings are running around, probably looking for some stray something, some stray SCVs, some stray Hellions. I don't know. I don't know why Zerglings would be looking for Hellions. That would just be silly. But yeah, he's getting, so he is double expanding right now. I think this is a good move because first thing, DAdoughnutz army is really immobile. Like, other than the Hellions, Thors and tanks are freaking slow, and the tanks have siege up and everything. So he's not really gonna be able to deal with all these bases as long as he sets up a couple spine crawlers to stop the Hellions. He should be good. And then he also has Mutalisks that are pretty fast, almost as fast as Hellions. They're 3.75, and the Hellions are 4.25. So the Hellions got him by a little bit, but the Mutalisks should be able to react pretty well. If he would have his Mutalisks in position, these guys are just chilling, doing nothing. So DAdoughnutz is moving out for an attack with his 1 lone marine and a bunch of Hellions, a bunch of Thors, and a couple tanks. His main will be pretty open, but he did leave a couple units here to defend. Looks like the Zerglings are probably going to be going for an attack now. If he puts up that supply depot, he should be okay. Well, these links obviously aren't going to be okay. So Hellion got some sweet shots off, but it looks like everything's going to go down. He's going to need some something to guard this base. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, but these guys are diamond level players. Just saying that, I don't think I remember to say it. So he does get his Hellions back, and he deals with that pretty easily. He only lost a couple drones. He's only lost 15, 16, which is pretty bad, but not as bad as what the Zerg lost earlier. So he's pretty far behind. He's really far behind in the drone site right now. It's not even funny. He's at 30, and the Zerg's at 70. So if he doesn't do major damage with this attack, like even killing one base wouldn't be enough, I don't think, to bring him back into this game, like make it even. You need to kill this base and all that drones and all these overlords, and then he'd probably be okay. Or just kill 2 bases. I mean, these bases are mining, but they're still there, and they're gonna at least be producing units. So he's killing a lot of these overlords, and he does have them supply blocked. If you look at the Zerg supply, it's majorly ahead of the Terrans. That's basically only from the drones. The actual armies are about even in size. Okay, here comes the fight. So Zerglings and the Roaches are running up. Thors are shooting away. Thors are shooting. Okay, that Thor went down, but these tanks are just too powerful in the back. These corruptors don't know what to do. They should have corrupted the Thors and make them take 20% more damage. Even these Hellions are still alive. They're trying to do their best to kill the Roaches, but they're absolutely terrible at that. They'll still be there to kill any lings. These spine crawlers going down. Probably wants to unsiege his tank. No, he's still in range and stuff. So it looks like he is going to be able to take this one base. If you look at the production tab, he's making 3 broodlords, which are going to be really annoying, because if anybody didn't know, Thors are absolutely garbage against broodlords. So here come the broodlords now, and there's 6 Thors. So 6 Thors can take 3 broodlords, but just barely, because they do so bad damage against the air. And now here come more Roaches and some drones that are just deciding to fight. These tanks need to shoot the Roaches to save the Thors. There's only 1 broodlord left, and he's going to go down. But there's only 4 Thors left, and 2 of them are in the red. They're about to get focused down by these Roaches. There's only 2 Thors left. Probably not going to be able to deal with all these Roaches. So if you look at the units last tab again, he killed a ton of units, but a ton of them were Zerglings and Roaches. So the number doesn't matter as much. It's more of the numbers over here that matter. So he has killed a lot more resources, like in units, than Sandgren has killed of his. But Sandgren also has a ton more resources to begin with. So I would still give Sandgren the edge in this game. Not by too much, but by a little bit. DAdoughnutz is catching up in the SCV count. He probably wants to take his third base soon. He's about to be mined out in the main, and he's about half mined out, I'd say. These minerals, no, they're a little bit over half. They're like a third mined out in the natural. So he doesn't have very many units right now, but he should be okay against those 5 Mutalisks because he does have a Thor. As long as they don't fly into his main. But his main is a missile turret. It should be okay. Sangren hasn't macroed back up very well either. He only has 12 roaches, so he's probably producing more right now. No, he's just making more drones, which, I mean, is okay, because it doesn't look like DAdoughnutz is going to be majorly attacking them soon. He does have these Hellions, but the roaches should be able to deal with that, no problem. These spawn crawlers look like they'll get up in time to save this expansion. It is ripe with drones. If he got in there, he could fry a ton of drones. Looks like he's going to get a couple. Probably about 10, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so he killed like 5 or 10 drones in that attack. Not bad. Probably worth it for losing 5 Hellions, but he definitely needs to remake his army. He's actually, both of them are really bad at spending their money right now. The Terran does have, he's using his gas well, which this will happen a lot with mech players. Like, it takes a lot of gas to build all this stuff. Like, Hellions are the only one that doesn't take gas. A tank costs, like, I don't even know how much a tank costs. 150, 125. So that's almost as much gas as it costs in minerals. And then Thor's 300, 200. So again, almost as much gas as minerals. And you're not going to get as much gas as you need at minerals when you're mining like this, especially with mules and all that stuff. So he really should throw down, like, I don't know, either put down more factories and put reactors on them and pump a bunch of Hellions, or what I would suggest is put down like 4 barracks and just start building Marines, because Marines are really good against basically everything that Zerg's been getting. He hasn't gotten any Banelings yet. Marines are decent against Brood. I mean, they can shoot the Broodlords. They're not terrible against them. Marines are really good against Roaches when you get the upgrades for them, and Marines are really good against Zerglings too. And Mutalisks. Oh god, Marines wreck Mutalisks. So that'd be a really good mix. If you had Thor tank, Hellion, and Marines, and now he's gonna get Vikings. Okay, so he's gonna try to use the Vikings to deal with the Broodlords. That's good, but the Vikings also take a lot of gas. They take half as much gas as they take minerals. So it looks like his money's just gonna keep going up if he's not gonna react. I mean, at the very least, put down his barracks and then build Marines out of it. Do something to get your money down, like maybe mass expand. I don't even know, but you definitely don't want to have $2,500 sitting in your bank account, because it doesn't get interest in your bank account in StarCraft 2. If it did, that'd be good. That'd be really nice, but it doesn't. So Zerg is being a little bit better now about spending his money, and looks like he's about to come try to kill these SCVs with some Broodlords. This is really annoying because there's these cliffs, so if stuff comes over here to kill them, they can just back up. But the Thors do outrange them, so they should be able to deal with this. He definitely wants to unsiege those tanks. Don't have your tanks siege against Broodlords, because you'll shoot the Broodlings, and you'll just kill your own units. And the Broodlings, I mean, they're just going to respawn anyway. So he's engaging here. The Mutalisks are all going to die to the Thors instantly. Now the Vikings look like they'll be able to clean up the Corruptors here. Maybe not. There's only 2 Vikings left. He should probably, I don't know. This doesn't look good for DAdoughnutz. So yeah, he'll probably be able to deal with these Corruptors. He just needs more Vikings. There's one more. He's losing a lot of Thors and a lot of tanks. Actually, I think it's the first tank's gonna lose. But these Broodlords aren't running out of health. See, I mean, these fights last for a while. But now here come the Roaches, and they're coming in, sniping a couple tanks, a couple Hellions, going for this Thor. Looks like they're gonna get it. So they kill a little bit. I'd say the attack was about even for either player. DAdoughnutz did lose a lot of SCVs though, which is bad. He didn't have very many to begin with. The Zerg is still beating him by 20, which isn't as bad as earlier, especially because now he's got this base up and made it a planetary fortress. So this is good to make it a planetary fortress, because you don't really need to worry about it, at least from Ling run buys, because the planetary fortress will deal with any Lings that come at it. Mutalisks though, he does need to have these missile turrets. I would like to have, I mean, these 2 missile turrets are good. Probably put this one in your mineral line, because right now the Mutalisks can run by and just like tightly group up and then snipe a couple, and not really get shot that much by the missile turrets. So the Zerg did remacro pretty well from that attack. He's got a lot of roaches right here. He's got like, what is that, 20? He's got like, I don't know, 45 roaches. Okay. So he's also going for Ultralisks, and he's getting that Ultralisk chitinous plating, which is chitinous, I don't know how to say it. Gives them 2 additional armor. So right now his Ultralisks have 3 armor, 2 from the normal Zerg upgrades, and 1 from the one they start with. They're going to get 2 more soon, and then another one from the 3rd ground attack, ground armor upgrade. So he'll have 6 armored Ultralisks, which is really good against stuff like Hellions that don't do damage versus Ultralisks anyway. They'll be doing no damage at all, but these siege tanks and these Thors will still do a ton of damage, because I mean, look at this Thor, he does 33 damage per shot. So he'll do 2 shots against the Ultralisk, and it will be blocked a little bit by the armor, but not very much. So the armor is better against things like Marines. Like Marines had full upgrades and they did 9 attack, and the Ultralisks have 6 armor. The Marines are only doing 3 damage to the Ultralisks, so that'll be good, but it's not going to help him that much here. I would like to see the attack upgrades more. He does have 2+2, but he doesn't have the 3rd one yet. Those Ultras just they wreck armored things. Like they have 42 or 43 damage against armored, 19 normal damage. So considering that everything DAdoughnutz has is armored, other than these Hellions that aren't going to do anything to the Ultras anyway, I think the Ultras are actually going to be pretty decent here, especially if they had Broodlords backing them up, because like Broodlords are going to just keep raining down Broodlings and stuff, and if the Thors are preoccupied killing the Ultralisks that are in their face, then the Broodlords is just going to get really good. I don't see any Broodlords yet, but there's a lot of Roaches too that are really good against Thors, unless he gets like... Thors are actually pretty bad against Roaches, unless you can get up like the critical ball of Thors, which he basically has now. He's got 9 Thors. So if you're like, I'd say under 6 Thors, then Roaches are pretty good, but once you get over 6, then the Thors start being better against the Roaches. So he should be okay, especially with the tanks. Tanks are amazing against Roaches. So now he's getting some Broodlords. He only has 1 Ultralisk, but if he gets like 5 more Ultralisks, he's actually maxed out right now, so he can't do that. But if he just suicide, he should probably suicide these Roaches over here. Kill this Planetary Fortress, kill this Planetary Fortress, and then rebacks with a bunch of Ultralisks, because he has the money to do it if you look at his bank. DAdoughnutz is almost max 2, so it looks like I don't know who's going to win this fight. The Roaches are pretty much stuck. He should probably run up the Roaches. The Broodlords are also getting shot by all the Vikings, so that's not good. He needed more anti-air. So you see now, look, there's too many Thors for the Roaches. He's going to land the Vikings, so he should win this fight no problem. Yeah. Now if you look at the production tab for the Zerg, he's building the 8 Ultralisks now that he could have had if he had like suicided his Roaches. But that might be able to hold this off, and maybe not. The Vikings are absolutely garbage against Ultralisks on the ground, because Vikings aren't meant to be on the ground. They're good on the ground when you need them, but like he left them off there because you don't really want them on the ground. They're there for killing air stuff. Like they're much better against Mutalisks and Corruptors. These Lings are still sitting over here. I don't know what he's trying to do with them. These Hellions are going. See, the Hellions do absolutely no damage against the Ultralisks. So now there's all those 8 Ultralisks popping out. The Thors are trying to do their best against them. Looks like they're going to get overrun. There's even a Queen there. She can transfuse the Ultralisks. Doesn't look like he's doing that, but it's really good to transfuse your Ultralisks, because you'll get healed them 125 health, and then all that armor and stuff, it's just, the HP stays up, and it's like really annoying. So he could even transfuse a Queen with another Queen, but looks like he's going for Banelings now, which Banelings are really good against Hellions if they can land on the Hellions. The Hellions are faster, obviously, so if DAdoughnutz micros the Hellions well, he should be okay against the Banelings. Banelings aren't that good against Thors or tanks. They kind of just pop and do nothing on them. So if he can land them on those Hellions, then it'll be good, but other than that, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about the Hellions anyway if I was the Zerg player. If I was him, I would go for a lot of Ultralisks and a lot of Broodlords, because he totally has the money for it right now. Like, those things both cost a little bit more minerals than gas, but he has a ton of gas, so he really could make a lot of them if he wanted to. He definitely should transfer some drones over here to his 5th base and 6th base, because hatcheries don't do anything for you when they're just chilling there. Okay, here come the drones. This one's about to be mined out. His main's mined out. His natural's mined out, basically. Look at the units. He does have 66 drones, which is kind of on the low side. DAdoughnutz only has 48 SCVs, which is really on the low side. He's barely mining from this. He's barely mining from that. He's mining pretty well from that. You should have about this many on each one late game. So he should build a couple more. He is still building SCVs, so that's good. Now, oh god, he's marking a ton of Banelings. Okay, so this many Banelings, actually can do something against Thors, because if he groups up all of his Thors and all of his tanks like right in a really tight ball, and he gets hit by all these banelings, it'll do area damage to all of them. So even though each one only does 24 damage to an armored unit, if he does that 24 damage to like 10 armored units at the same time, it's 240 damage per baneling, and he's got like a freaking page of banelings. He's got exactly a page of banelings, so that's 24 banelings. So if anybody wants to do the math, that's a lot of damage, and he could easily kill Thors with that. Added with these, oh god, okay, here come the banelings. Okay, see, they just rolled over those Hellions, no problem. Now they're going for Thors. See, they did pretty good damage. That killed a Thor and then hurt this Thor a lot. Now he's kind of splitting up his Ultralisk, which isn't good, but now here come the rest of them. So actually looks like the Thor should be able to clean this up, especially with the Vikings landing, and they even have Banshees overhead, so Sandgren definitely needs to get some anti-air. He probably wants to go for something like Ultralisk, Broodlord, Hydralisk, or I don't know exactly, I'm not a Zerg player. But I don't think Mutalisks are a good idea, because Thors are ridiculously good against Mutalisks. They're basically the straight up counter to Mutalisks. The Mutalisks can try to magic box, but even then, when you get like 8 Thors, you can't beat that with Mutalisks. So maybe they're just going to go around and harass bases. That'd be a good idea, considering there's no defense against air here. And he's rebuilding this one. There's a couple mineral patches. That's probably worth it. If you look at the units, he probably wants to lift off these Vikings, especially when those Mutalisks are coming. Look at the units. The Zerg really did build up some drones, so he's at 82 now, so he's basically got all the drones he wants. If I was him, I would transfer some of these over here, because you definitely want all your bases mining rather equally, especially from here, because this one's about to get mined out. Like, just have a couple workers working there, and you'll get the rest of those minerals steadily. Yeah, so let's see. He has the +1 attack still for the Zerg Flyer. He hasn't gotten any more than that. Well, it'll help the Mutalisk pretty well. There's some Banshee harass going on over here. This Banshee's got 6 kills. That Banshee's got 1 kill, so he probably killed 7 more drones there. That's just annoying in late game. Like, if you can multitask better than your opponent, really do it. Like, if you know you're just faster than him as a player, like, go in, attack with Banshees at 1 while you drop at another base, while you attack with Hellions at another base, and it'll just wreck them. Like, you don't know what to do. Okay, all these are gonna die. This is Thor's attack, yeah. So yeah, those Hellions those Mutalisks had no chance. So actually, it looks like DAdoughnutz has the advantage now, because he has a much bigger army than Sandgren, and like much bigger. This guy doesn't even have any anti-air. Like, he's got 7 Mutalisks, but if you're gonna use 7 Mutalisks just to kill 2 Banshees, and then you're just gonna leave all these Thors here, you're basically done. There are 5 Ultralisks now, but I mean, there's just too many Thors. There's 9 Thors. That's pretty crazy right there. So this will probably be GG, unless he can build up some miracle. The full production tab. He's only building 1 more Ultralisk. Even trying to drop an Ultralisk on them. Yeah, so Sandgren's GG'ing out of this. That was a pretty good game. DAdoughnutz was able to pull it out in the end. I liked these Banshees, because he noticed that Sandgren didn't have any anti-air in the attack before, when he just had Banelings and Ultralisks. And so he's like, why not build 2 Banshees? They do pretty good DPS, and he's not going to be able to do anything about them. So he did that, and then that made Sandgren get confused, and he built a bunch of Mutalisks, which were worthless, because DAdoughnutz had so many Thors. So that's just showing it's good to like switch around the units you get in the late game, and try to confuse your opponent. So if you guys like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.